And welcome back to KDLT News Today, everyone. Each week we like to take a look at some of the events happening in and around the region to get you out and enjoying everything that South Dakota and the Sioux Empire has to offer.
Often we keep them focused on this side of the state, however, so that they're really close to home and easy to do. This morning, though, we're broadening our scope just a little bit. We have Katie Hunhoff here. She's publisher of South Dakota Magazine and the coordinator of the magazine's feature articles and photography, and you just help with everything from
Been doing it for 17 years, too.
Yeah, I've been there for 17 years. We
Wow.
published out of Yankton, about an hour away from Sioux Falls.
I know. Thank you so much for coming in.
She drove up from
morning.
Yankton this morning.
Okay, we're going to talk a lot more about the magazine here in another segment later this hour. So I want to save it for that. Right now, let's talk about some of these events. You've got all of these listed in the magazine this month, but let's start with, you have some nearby things you think would be really fun for people to do near the border. Visiting Calliope Village is one of them. I've never heard of this.
Yep.
Where's it at?
So it's in Hayward in Iowa, and I had never heard of it either. So basically these three things are from our story on the border. So we've been publishing South Dakota Magazine for 35 years, but we've never covered anything outside of South Dakota. We've always had the idea that, you know, there's no life outside of South Dakota. We have to focus on everything in the borders. But we decided, you know, just kind of after 35 years in, that there's maybe some cool things outside of South Dakota that we could talk about. And so one of those things is Calliope Village, and it's in Hawarden, so not too far away. And
now let's switch gears here. Hiking Get You Manitou. That is such a historic thing. That's another event that you want to talk about.
Yep. So that's another thing that's on the border, in the border story. And so that's borders. You know, it's right there on the Big Sioux River, the Iowa border, the South Dakota border.
And we're looking at a picture.
Right. That's a beautiful picture by Christian Begman, who's from here in Sioux Falls. And so Get You Manitou is, you know, we're used to seeing that 160 billion-year-old quartzite around Sioux Falls, but in Iowa it's really rare. But that's kind of the same quartzite strip that goes through Sioux Falls. And so it just is in that one corner of Iowa. So it's really rare in Iowa, even though we get a lot of that beautiful, we get to see it a lot.
So that's worth checking out.
Yep, they have a lot of beautiful hiking trails, over 130 different kinds of plants. And so it would just, I know there's a ton of great places to hike here in Sioux Falls, but if you're looking for something different, that's not very far away and something totally new.
Okay. Oh. We're out of time for this segment.
Oh,
the Muskegon is another thing that you want to point out. I know that's in there as well.
Danish
we're going to be
Days
talking
and
about
Viber.
some events coming up, as well as the magazine. So we'll be talking more with Katie as we go throughout the rest of the show. Again, thank you for coming up today. This is the first time you've been live on TV, you said.
Yeah, it is. Yep, I've been at the magazine for 17 years, but this is so just keep that in mind. I'm used to print and writing.
We are super excited to have you here.
Thank you.
You guys do a great job.
I'm thrilled to be here, so thanks for having me.
Everything around the state. We're going to be talking more with Katie in the next half hour. Coming up, though, we're going to check on your forecast with Aaron. We'll be right back.